Yes. Oh, every once in a while, I wonder, like, do you ever get road rage? You know, what do you do to vent? And what does that look like? Because you seem so gentle and centered all the time.
Listen, ask my wife. She'd know best. She'd know best. You can bring her in. You can debrief her. I get angry, but not violent.
But you're very much in touch with your inner child. That's my impression.
Yeah. Look, I'm 66 years old, and I don't feel it. I keep waiting. When am I going to grow up? You know, when my father died young. He died just before his 48th birthday. When he died, he was already a responsible adult with a family and children and a house and a job, and he was an adult,
A grown up.
So I'm still waiting. It ain't going to happen.
Now, that seems to be a constant with very successful childlike people, that you grow, you get older, but your state of mind, your attitude stays very young.
Yeah, but and there's good and bad to that. Mostly good. But you know, I'm irresponsible in some ways. Sometimes I don't take care of business the way I oughta, you know, because I'm off busy doing something else.
Well, and that's where your wife Ruth comes in. She's the stabilizing factor.
I would say so, yeah. Yeah, I would say so. So
well,
we're a good team in that way.
And you were telling me last week, I guess, that Ruth has a collection of elephants.
Oh, she does. Oh, she does. She's got the collection of the world. When we were recording that first record, One Elephant, Des Elephants, she was working in the same area that we were recording in. We were recording in the Kensington Market. There was a recording studio there. There still is. It's still there. And she was working in the neighborhood. And so she used to walk around Chinatown and that whole area. And so she came to visit us one day while we were recording, and she had stopped in one of the Chinese arts and crafts shops in that Spadina Dundas area and bought us 3 delightful little stuffed silk elephants as little good luck charms. And she bought 4 of them, one for each of us and one for herself. And that one that she bought herself was the seed of quite a fascinating collection of elephants from all over the world, of every material and every function, every kind of design you can imagine. Sculptures and paintings and jewelry.
Mailboxes and license plates.
That's right. We have
What's
an elephant mail. LFANTS. Elephants. And it actually, I bought her that a few years ago, and then I realized that they also had a graphic available of Elmer the safety elephant. And so for her next birthday, I got her the elephant graphic on the license plate. So if you ever see a little white 2-door car whipping around with elephants and a picture of Elmer the safety elephant on it, you'll know whose car it is.
That's wonderful, and that's also been the luck that sort of the elephant's been your mascot and your good luck charm over this many years.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
It has really been the work of Sharron, Lois and Bram.
Well, we created the idea, and we've had a lot of input from a lot of other people over the years, artistic input. We're not designers. We're not artists. We're not visual artists or sculptors. So we've had people who have worked on our behalf in every aspect of what we do, musically and mascotly.
Yes.
And we've always worked very collaboratively with other professionals.
You seem to have had like-minded people working with you.
Yeah, we have. We've been very lucky, actually. We've been very lucky with the people that we've been able to work with. We've worked with some wonderful musicians, really top-flight musicians, and other artists. players and arrangers, conductors, graphic artists, booking agencies. We've been very fortunate, and mostly we've had very good relationships and success with them.
It just occurred to me, you also had another co-host at one time, didn't you, Eric Nagler?
Eric was an old friend from way back. He came over in the '60s from the United States. He was one of the draft protesters.
Right.
And he left the United States from New York and came up here. And we became friends years before this all happened. And he played in our band right from the very beginning, and from 1978. And in the early '80s, when the idea of the Elephant Show came along, we thought it'd be great to include Eric as a permanent guest, so to speak. And so he was in and out of that show. I mean, he was in every episode, one way or another. And great banjo player and many other instruments, and a very intelligent and very funny guy. And so he and I used to play off each other quite a little bit. And people used to confuse us because we were both bearded, balding guys. Yeah. Yeah, people would think.
I don't remember him twice your size.
Oh yeah, a little more corpulent than me. But people would confuse us. You know, they'd look at him and say, "Hi, Bram." Look at me and say, "Hi, Eric." And, okay, no, I'm Bram, and that's Eric. And,
was there a theme to the show? Or an underlying message?
I guess there were a whole bunch of underlying messages. And I kind of like to sum it up saying you can have good, clean family fun without being sucky. Because there are a lot of other shows around that talked about, you know, family values, which are important. But they were kind of, I keep using the word sucky because that's the word that comes to mind.
You are aware of the effect that you've had on generations, and that you have actually made love-based living a television experience.
We never use that expression, but yes.